Hey y'all, Austin here with Outer World Media. Welcome back to another book review, guys. This is one that I finished this a couple days ago, and I wanted to kind of sit on it, marinate it, and whatnot in my mind, and just kind of think on it. And yeah, I'm kind of glad that I did. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is a book by Louis L'Amour that I've known about this book for quite a few years, and I just never got around to reading it. I think I might have picked up my copy, and this is How the West Was Won. By the way, I think I might have picked this copy up a year or so ago. I can't remember, and it's just kind of sat on my shelf, and I'm not sure why this popped in my mind, but it kind of got implanted in my mind of I want to read this. You need to read this, and I am so glad that I did, guys. My copy is 248 pages. This is an epic, at the very least. This is a grand epic. Don't let the page count fool you. Kind of getting into, before I gush about this book, what is How the West Was Won about? So this book starts off with opening up. This guy is riding in the wilderness, and he comes across, you know, just the sixth sense that he gets, because he's a fur trapper in the West. He gets this sixth sense of, that, okay, this is kind of Indian territory, and he ends up coming to this clearing where it's this giant field, and he sees that these Indians are trying to attack what to be 4 to 5 other, fur trappers or whatnot, soldiers, whatever they are, and he has to decide: do I help them or do I try to sneak past? And then from there, we're transported to see this family that's going to travel down. I believe it was the Ohio River or something like that. They're going to travel down this river. They were going west for the westward expansion and whatnot. And within the first, and this book is broke up, I think it's 4, it might be 5 parts. I'm pretty sure it's 4 parts. This book, we are introduced to river pirates. We're introduced to, millionaires. We're introduced to westward expansion, like a wagon train, like the Oregon Trail, kind of. We're introduced to cowboys, Indians, gamblers, thieves, murderers, liars. I mean, we're just introduced to a whole cast of people. This, in all honesty, and I know it's gonna sound blasphemous, I'm sure, to somebody out there, and I don't mean for it to, but I honestly, I have not felt this excited about reading a book, a Western. The last one was Sax Land, but the one before that, the one that I want to compare this to, and I know a lot of people are probably going to get mad at me just because of the grand epic and scale of the book. I want to compare this to Lonesome Dove just for how epic it is. I mean, again, guys, this is seriously my copy, 248 pages. This was a book I could not put down. We see outlaws, we see, again, just a whole slew of characters. It's like Louis L'Amour took everybody that Mr. McMurtry had in Lonesome Dove, squeezed them into one, and that's what and squeezed them into a shorter book, if you will. And that's what this is. That's what this felt like, in all honesty. This was such a good book. This, has Zeb was an amazing character. Eve was an amazing character. I mean, we get to see the Civil War happen in this. Louis L'Amour takes us on and gives us the idea of, during the Civil War, brother versus brother, father versus son, neighbor versus neighbor. We see, again, this book was just awesome. There's so much to talk about and unpack in this book that I could probably make this a 25 to 30 minute video easily, off of a 200 something page book, less than 250 pages. I mean, that alone right there should make you want to read this. But again, we see westward expansion to Civil War to established town to floating down the river to going on like a Donner Party expedition type thing. Again, there's just so much that happens in this. And the only reason I say Donner Party expedition is because that's kind of Donner Pass is mentioned in this. But again, this was such a great book. This is definitely up there for one of my favorite Louis L'Amour books now. This, seriously, guys, this is the book to read. If you are debating on getting into a Louis L'Amour book, or you want a more grand, more epic scale Louis L'Amour book, look no further than How the West Was Won. Again, I always have to show off how awesome these covers are. I want to get this on like a poster or something. But again, guys, How the West Was Won. Pick this up. I promise you will not be disappointed. I'm sure you can find this anywhere. I know there's a lot of different editions and whatnot. Pick this up. This was such a great read. I highly, highly recommend this. This is a very underrated book, and I cannot wait to watch the miniseries now, as well as the movie with John Wayne. But as always, guys, I hope you guys have a good one. Y'all stay safe.